I want to be serious for a moment. I know this happened a few days back or so, but as you probably know, as you may have probably heard, terrorists attacked Paris, killing hundreds of people. And, you know, the UK stands behind France and will help to rebuild, but no amount of rebuilding can repair the damage that's already been done. You know, families have lost loved ones, brothers have lost sisters, children have lost parents, parents have lost their children. You know, it's just, it's just too much. This all started with a joint operation between the US and the UK to kill a terrorist madman who butchered several people on video. He was evaporated instantly and the terrorists retaliated. France has since closed off its borders. Now, if the terrorists think France is going to back down, if they think that they're weak or anything like that, that's wrong, because I just learned today that France has struck against Syria, I think it is. And I think that at times like this, we shouldn't be divided. We should all band together and strike against the terrorists to send a message saying, you know, we stand together, we stand proud, and we are not going to back down, ever. The US is prepared, the UK is prepared, and, you know, we can't reverse what has been done, but what we can do is see how great a threat ISIS really is. Because all we've had recently was just the videos of innocent people getting butchered, and now we've got this. The terrorists want to be known. That's quite obvious, but the thing is, we cannot show them we're afraid. We just can't. But, you know, some people have suggested to me, I've been talking to some people about it, some people have suggested to me that we should just kick all the refugees out because it's suspected that one of the suspects smuggled in with refugees. So we should just kick all the refugees out, not accept any more, and close off our borders. You know, and I don't agree with any of that, because the majority of refugees, all of them, in fact, in my opinion, they're not terrorists. Okay, none of them are. So what we should do, we should keep accepting refugees, and we should give them sanctuary, you know, from these terrible ordeals that are happening all over the world. We should send a message to the terrorists, you know, we are not going to stop what we're doing just because of what happened. Now, David Cameron has said that the UK government will help in any way they can, and I applaud that, but I believe we can do something as well. As you may already know, Facebook have put up this thing where you can put the French flag over your profile picture. I've done that, several people I know have done that. I think that's great. I was at work today, we held a 1-minute silence for the victims of the attack. And I've seen several French flags over my area, and I think we can do more. You know, I really think we can do more, not just with helping France track down and kill these guys, but not just striking against ISIS directly, but I think we can do something that doesn't involve military action. Now, I'm not suggesting peace, I'm not suggesting negotiations. There's only one thing terrorists understand, and that's violence. Now, some people have also suggested that we should just bomb Syria, like the whole of it. The problem is that the majority of people living in Syria and other countries that we might threaten to bomb are just innocent people. You know, they live their lives, they go to work, they pay their taxes, they look after their families. They just do a bunch of ordinary things that you and I would do. And bombing them would wipe out thousands, possibly millions of people, and we would become terrorists ourselves. And I will not. I don't want to see that. I will not see that. You know, I don't want us to become the very thing we are fighting against. If we bomb Syria, we just become the terrorists. We become terrorists in our own way, in our own right, and that is something we cannot do. You know, the UK and the US and France, we may have never seen. We may see differently on several issues, but the one thing we have is a strong bond when it comes to terrorism. I've read about this, I've heard about it, and you know, I think that the US and the UK can do far more to help France. I mean, let's forget the whole thing about, you know, the whole stereotype about the French surrendering instantly. I'm pretty sure that's been proven to be false. I mean, it was a funny joke when it was first heard, of course, but I don't think now is the time, because I even overheard a couple of teenagers saying that, and I was disgusted. I was absolutely disgusted. I was just walking home from work, and I heard these teenagers who looked to be about 15, 16. They were smoking, and I overheard one of them say, I thought the French were going to surrender immediately. That's what they always do. And I'm just walking back thinking, what the hell? By that response, you heard about the terrorist attack, and you feel nothing for these people. These people have died. A lot of people have just died, and you just don't care. Now, I know there are some people out there like that, but how? How can you feel like that? I mean, yeah. Admittedly, I felt like that at one time, but I grew up. You know, I started to feel compassion and concern for other people, even people in different nations. You know, with everything that's happened over the years, 7/7, 9/11, all of that, any terrorist attack is awful, and we should all try our hardest to help and show our support in any way we can. I really hope that nothing like this ever happens again, but that's extremely unlikely. Now, people have been talking about, you know, terrorism, and everything thought everything was going to be okay once Osama bin Laden was killed, but you know, as much as we would have liked to hope, that was never going to happen. There's always going to be mad men out there causing terror throughout their own nation and then throughout the rest of the world. I am truly sorry to everyone in Paris for the terrible ordeals you have suffered recently. It's just awful, and I really hope that our two nations can work together to see the suspects apprehended and just, I don't know, arrested, locked up. But the one thing I think most people would want is to have them killed. Now, I sympathise with you. I kind of want them to be dead, but I'm thinking that if we kill them, wouldn't that just make us just as bad as they are? And I don't know, but that's one of the concerns I have. But I am in full support of any action taken against these attacks, and hopefully, you know, if we show that we support France, everyone, everywhere, if we can show that we can just stop thinking about ourselves for a second and start thinking about them, and if we can show that we support and want to help them, then perhaps we can move towards a better relationship between our two nations, because we haven't exactly seen eye to eye on many issues. That's all I want to say. I don't sympathise with the terrorists at all. I hate them. And I don't think this is going to be over anytime soon. I just hope that we take measures to prevent this ever happening again in every country that's against terrorism, and I'm pretty sure that's most of them. I hope that every country takes measures to help identify the people that did this, that to prevent an attack like this from ever happening again, to put in measures. And I know some people are actually might put this mix this up with immigration because of the whole border thing, but it's got nothing to do with that. Okay, so don't even mention it. I'm not going to mention anything about immigration. I might do that in another video, but this one is purely about the horrible events that happened. So I hope that nothing like this ever happens again. I hope we take measures to prevent it. I'm truly sorry, and I will support France and Paris in any way I can. And my thoughts go towards the family and friends. It's a tragedy. It's just a tragedy. And I'm really, really sorry. I thought all of this whole terrorism thing, why do people do this? I don't know. I don't think we'll ever find out. But it's only what I wanted to say. So please, everyone out there, including my subscribers and viewers, please show your support for France, because they will need it now more than ever. We need to show them that we care. You know, they're not just a trading nation to us. They're not just another country. They are our friends and allies. We need to show our support for them. So please, if you haven't yet put a French flag over your profile picture, please do so. It's a temporary thing, and you know, we don't. It's not really anything bad. It shows that you support. That you are supporting France and Paris in what they are going through right now. So, yes. Well, I hope you are all doing well, and I shall see you again next time.